Hello everybody, Rain Florence, welcome to my channel. Today is a beautiful day, just here breastfeeding Bubba, hoping to promote extended breastfeeding. My son is almost 3 years old and breast milk has kept him super healthy. So healthy that from all of my research I realized that every child knows when it's time for them to stop breastfeeding, and it's at different ages. It can be from 4 to 8, and that's normal. It's healthy. It keeps them super healthy for years to come. And so I have this channel to help moms with breastfeeding, to help just in various ways to talk about my experience with breastfeeding and all of those things. So today's topic is, what is the biggest barrier to breastfeeding? And it's clothing. It's the typical clothing that a woman will wear. Because if you think about nature, how nature has designed a woman's body, it's so that when she's holding the baby, naturally, the breast would hit the baby right there, like a natural baby bottle. It would be like a natural pacifier. But that doesn't happen because of today's clothing, because, we have to wear clothes all the time. And so what happens is the breastfeeding relationship is challenged. But the answer is to invest in breastfeeding clothing that will support the natural breastfeeding relationship. For instance, I have this top from momzelle.com that has slits in it right there where the baby's mouth is. And so you can be sitting at your couch, you can be sitting at a restaurant, and it's really easy to breastfeed and nobody will really know what you're doing. And you don't have to lift your whole shirt up and expose your stomach. You don't have to lift the bottom down and expose your chest. It's really easy. I love this breastfeeding top, and it's from Momzelle. It's a breastfeeding hoodie, and they have all kinds of different tops. Head over there, invest in all the different types. They have breastfeeding dresses that are made the same way, all kinds of short sleeve tops, breastfeeding hoodies, but you need a completely different wardrobe if you're going to breastfeed on demand. Meaning, whenever that baby cries and needs to feed, you can breastfeed them. You don't have to take your top off, you don't have to go to the back room, you don't have to fight with a cover. You can easily be wherever you are and breastfeed. The other day I was at a restaurant and I was wearing this top and my son wanted to breastfeed, and so I was able to just sit there at the table and breastfeed him. And there were people all around me and nobody really knew what was going on because I didn't have to lift up my whole top. I didn't have to put this big weird breastfeeding cover on and draw a lot of attention to myself. And that's what you want. You want the mom to feel comfortable. Wherever she is, she can breastfeed. And so I like to just wear like a little jacket on the top, and I can just sit over in a corner. No matter where I am, as long as I have the right top on, I can easily breastfeed. There's times when I have worn various tops. I've tried to wear sweatshirts, I've tried to wear regular hoodies and try to breastfeed, and I'm sitting there trying to expose my stomach, pull up the shirt from the bottom up, and it doesn't feel comfortable. Everybody, was like, whoa, what are you doing? But with these tops, it's like a natural breastfeeding relationship, and it's what every woman needs. They need a completely different wardrobe. Yeah, they need a completely different wardrobe. But you can see how this top is, and it just pulls up from the sides. Yeah. See? There we go. And then it has like a little built-in cover that will cover up the breast. Yeah. See? And they can just sit there and be really cozy next to you and breastfeed. But this, believe it or not, I don't think a lot of people realize it, but this clothing, not having the proper clothing, is the reason women don't succeed breastfeeding, because they don't feel like they can breastfeed anywhere. I have visited some new breastfeeding moms, and as you know, when a baby starts out breastfeeding, a newborn, they have to breastfeed, almost constantly. And so I've seen these new moms, and they'll just, run to the back, and they try to maneuver all of their clothing, and they've, it's just a huge task for them. And so by the end of the day, they're worn out because, you know, they've been running to the back and changing clothes and maneuvering everything this way and that way. And so I would recommend for new moms breastfeeding just to invest in the proper clothing. There's also proper breastfeeding bras that will allow you to unsnap the bra. I don't wear a bra. I've never liked wearing bras. I don't have huge breasts, so I don't know how that is for someone who has huge breasts, but some people worry about the leaking, but I didn't have any leaking after the first few weeks. So it's like my breasts are just normal. They don't feel any different with me breastfeeding. They're just completely normal feeling now. And so I can just pop this top on, and I don't wear a bra under it, and so anywhere I am I can just breastfeed him and it's not a big deal. So I just figure out ways to, you know, make my life easier when it comes to breastfeeding. Figure out ways to make it second nature for the breastfeeding mom or for yourself if you're watching this video for breastfeeding. But yeah, that's my biggest tip, is to just really just stock your wardrobe, because, you know, I have breastfed for about almost 3 years now, and I don't have enough breastfeeding clothing. He only breastfeeds about, you know, 3 times a day, and so it's not that big of a deal. But those first 2 years, definitely, you're going to need various types of clothing if you're going to breastfeed them on demand, no matter where you are. Get you a couple breastfeeding dresses for if you go to church, get you a couple changes of tops. I would say bare minimum, probably, you know, probably 5 to 10 different breastfeeding tops if you want to really succeed with breastfeeding. So anyway, the best places I have found those tops are momzelle.com, and then Target has some, but they're the type that you have to pull all the way down. And there's some different online stores that have different tops. Just do a Google search and I'm sure there's different companies that will come and pop up. But anyway, we're getting ready to start our day. Getting ready to go have some good pineapples. Can you say bye-bye? Say bye-bye. He's just waking up in the morning. Just waking up. Can you say bye-bye, Bobby? Yeah. Look at your cool car. Anyway, thanks for watching. Toss us a thumbs up and subscribe. See you later. Bye-bye. 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 What toys do you want to play with this morning? What toys? What toys? Hmm? Play with your car? Play with your car? It's a cool car.